You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Covering all conversation, from dating to getting revenge on your exes. This is Talking Points with Shabazz Davis on World Improv Network.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to Talking Points with Shabazz Davis. My name is Jerome Carmichael, filling in for Shabazz Davis this week, who's busy getting his turtle waxed. Now, I think growing up, we've all had dreams of being in a rock band, of being superstars. And joining us on the show tonight are two of the members of the world's biggest rock band, Crazy Glue. We have the bassist, Mr. Zach Stooge.
Hello.
And the drummer, Mr. I'm sorry, I just have one name here, Mr. Dime.
Yeah, Mr. Dime.
Okay, or I guess no Mr. even. That's just Dime.
Yeah, bro, Mr. Dime.
Okay. Well, now welcome to the show, you two. It's a pleasure to have you. Now, first off, life as rock stars. You guys have been the biggest band on the planet for a couple years now. You've been on a world tour supporting your last record for 2 solid years, all over the world, all over the country, currently on the western leg of your U.S. tour. How's the rock star life treating you?
Well, yeah, it's great. We're traveling everywhere. I love it. Yeah, bro. Yeah, woo. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. An enlightening response. Mr. Stooge, do you have anything maybe more eloquent to say?
Well, I'm just gonna piggyback off of what Dime said and say it's been pretty good. I've been able to put aside a fair amount of money for I have a few kids. Some of them are out of wedlock. And I mean, there's a stigma around that, but I'm looking after them. You know, I'm trying to put aside some money so that, you know, should I pass early, which is, you know, kind of common in the rock and roll industry. I abstain from substances and whatnot, and that's another stigma of being a rock star. Dime can relate to that.
Yeah, Zach's the glue that holds Crazy Glue together, and as you can tell, I'm crazy, yeah, but I just sniff glue, that's it, nothing else.
Oh, that's quite a bit of restraint, Dime.
Well, I don't do that new crazy drug, crocodile, or heroin or nothing like that. I stick to nothing but airplane glue.
We've tried to tell him that that's in some ways more harmful because you can't measure out dose. And I think, as we're all aware, there was a medieval alchemist who he's famous for coining the phrase, the poison is in the dose.
Yes, yeah. I think,
and if you can't measure the dose, then chances are it's poison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I say, Mr. Stooge, we've had a fair number of rock stars on the show, and you sound like far and away the most responsible of all of them. Do you ever find that this sense of responsibility and maturity gets in the way of your ability to rock?
Absolutely not. I mean, you know, people see us up on stage and yeah, we're swinging our waists around, you know, not like Elvis Presley, but I mean, we're rocking.
Well, that would be obscene.
We're rocking, you know? I mean, we're thrashing, we're really playing our hearts out, but you know, we're artists, you know? At the core of it, we're artists, and you know, people see the showmanship and they kind of think that carries over into our personal lives, but that's just a stage persona. You know, all the makeup, all the dress and whatnot, like that's just,
you know,
that's not us truly. That's just that's a guy's.
And I'm getting word. We have to break a breaking story from the World Local News. Potter Smits, gonna throw it to you.
One World Local News with Potter Snitz. We interrupt this current programming to take you live to an update in Antarctica with Fired Up Frank at the International Penguin Wrestling Championships. What's the update down there, Fired Up?
Well, my eyelids have unfrozen, and I'm looking at the carnage. One penguin remains standing, covered in blood and gore of all his other penguins that he has dismembered. And oh God, he's coming for me. He's coming. Potter, back to you.
Wow, that seems horrible there, Fired Up. Well, let's go back to our regular scheduled programming, Talking Points with Shabazz Davis.
Thank you, Potter. Apologize for that interruption.
Does that happen very often?
No, that's actually the first time we've ever had news that is important enough to break into Talking Points.
Oh, God, yeah, those penguins down there in Antarctica, that sounds like a lot of fun. Woo-hoo-hoo, maybe they're on glue, too. Yeah!
That kind of carnage sounds like it would be right up your alley, Dime.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Zach over there, I would be destroying everything on stage like the Tasmanian and Devil Brawl, yeah!
Mr. Stooge, do you play that role in the band? Are you kind of the den mother?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, we all have our responsibilities within the group. I mean, we're only half. Right now we're missing our lead guitarist and our synthesizer player.
Yeah, who just, as a note, refused to do the show.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's Clark, our synthesizer player, and he's just a private guy, you know? I mean, people think that, you know, because you're a public figure, that means that you don't have a private life in a lot of ways, you know, or like, your life is just an open book. And that's simply not the case. This is our profession. You know, this is what we've decided to dedicate our time to. And we have a craft that we're working on. And, you know, what we do in our private lives is our own business, you know.
Many would argue that by signing up for a celebrity lifestyle, you have sacrificed any kind of private life.
Well, you know, that's in large part, I would say, due to the invasiveness of the media. You know, a couple of years ago, there was this whole thing about, how I was taking styrofoam peanuts and I was making nude sculptures out of them and then putting them on display in Canadian art museums.
Yeah, and that was just because of what the media did to my man Paul over there. I started wearing nothing but a sock on stage to be nude in protest for the new styrofoam art that he was purportedly doing in the Canadian museums. Yeah.
And you actually on your last album penned a very personal song about that subject. For anyone with the album at home, that would be track 8.
Styrofoam Home.
Yes. And I think the most hard-hitting lyric for me out of that song was peanuts, ye nuts, we go cree-nuts. Which, I mean, sounds like just gibberish when read out loud. But I will say, with the music behind it,
right,
carrying the emotion of your pent up, I feel rage, I feel sadness, I feel your violation in those lyrics.
Yeah, that's right. When you hear those lyrics like that, it makes you go crazy and crazy and crazy. Yeah.
I don't get the vibe that it takes much to make you go crazy, Dime.
I started to go a little bit more, should I say a little bit more extroverted was when I started getting that good Boeing airplane glue, yeah!
Dime, are you on glue right now?
Well, yeah!
Really, audience, don't cheer for that. Don't you? Dime, you're setting a terrible example for children out there. And had I known you were on glue, I would not have invited you on the show.
Well, that's okay, because Zach's gonna hold this thing together. Yeah!
But man, I can't do that forever.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You got some kind of exit strategy for us, Zach. I know you do. Yeah!
No, man, I mean, at some point, I mean, this isn't gonna last forever, man. You gotta be able to, support your own weight in some fashion or another. I mean, you gotta have a safety net outside of the band.
Well, all I know how to do is play drums, Zach. That's all I've been able to do, bro. Nothing else, but yeah.
No, man, you can do so much more, but you're confining yourself in this imaginary box of who you think you are, man. You're more than Dime.
Not only, if I can butt in, not only who you think you are, but who you think America and your fans need you to be.
Yeah, man.
Well, I would like to thank you both.
Thank you.
The two of the founding members of Crazy Glue here. It's been an enlightening show, and thank you, and travel safe, and good night, America.
Give the Windcast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO Wind blog during the commercial break of what issues the Wind counselors can help you with during Good, Bad, Ugly. Next on KZKO.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.